While the regular high school football season kicks off tomorrow night for teams in Southeast Missouri and Southern Illinois, we've got you covered with all your big plays and scores on Heartland Football Friday. Here's some of the games we'll be following. A couple of outstanding matchups in Southern Illinois. Murfreesboro plays host to Carbondale. A couple rivals right there. Marion is at Carterville. And then how about the game at the Pit at Jackson out there with Cardinal Ritter, of course, in Southeast Missouri, the game of the week. Terrific matchup, Cardinal Ritter at Jackson. Kelly is at Charleston, and several other big games that we're following as well, including New Madrid County Central. They're hosting Cape Central. Then the game up top, the Green game at Scott City as they play East Prairie. Piggott, Arkansas is at Donovan, and also Saxony Lutheran will play its first varsity football game in school history at Veritas Christian, a school in the St. Louis area. So we'll also give you the latest on that game. So it's going to be a busy night. We're getting ready. We're going to get a good night's sleep, ready to go about 10:15 tomorrow night on Heartland Football Friday. Meanwhile, talking some boys soccer, a close one. Jackson hosting Rockwood Summit. Big crowd at Jackson, and they trailed 2-1 in the second half, trying to put some pressure on right here. This one won't go in, but Jackson would not be denied a little bit later. Dylan Strothman to Mason Jackson, and then in the net it goes for a Jackson goal to tie it at 2. Unfortunately, at the end, Rockwood Summit would win it in double overtime, 3-2 the final score. Strong game, though, for both teams. Meanwhile, women's soccer heading out to Houck Stadium, see if new head coach John Klein and the Redhawks get their first win. SEMO with some really good chances, but just couldn't quite get that one through. And that was Justy Nelson, then Zoe Houston also with an opportunity, but this one won't go as well. They would just block that away. Nelson to Maya Domian, the former Jackson star, just misses the header. At the end, it was Missouri State, though, scoring 3 times. They get this one in the first half. They win 3-0 over SEMO in that matchup.